I don't know what you think. That could be a good sign. As soon as we stopped and pulled the camera out, buck crossing the road. We're in a far away land, very, very far from Georgia, and a lot colder than Georgia. We're in South Dakota. Brutally cold conditions, windy, a little bit of snow on the ground. Headed up to Rockin' E Outfitters, Cody Edgar. But it should be fun. I've been talking to Cody on the phone, and we got the weather. I mean, it's a Arctic blast. We're gonna put the Arctic Shield to the true test, and Cody said the deer are wide open chasing. It's noon right now in South Dakota, so we're gonna run into camp really quick. We're about 25 minutes out. We're gonna run into camp, shoot our bow, get bundled up, and head out to a blind. Rooster! Rooster! Ding, 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 ding. Dude, I could have killed that one. Look at that. That's freaking beautiful. That's awesome. I think this is it. Talking about. Get his heart out. Good to go.
Realtree Road Trips is brought to you by Federal, Nose Jammer, First Products, Arctic Shield, Hoyt, Lacrosse Boots, Realtree Sausage and Meats, and Onyx.
Set here in South Dakota. We just slipped in this blind. This blind's kind of tucked up against some hay bales. I mean, we haven't been in here but a few minutes and we've already seen some deer up here. It looks like a couple pretty good bucks. It's 2 o'clock. I mean, it's rut madness here in South Dakota. Got deer everywhere. It's cold. This is what you dream of. Right here, we're just gonna sit in here and just kind of feel it out, see what we see. They chased a doe, she jumped the fence, and he's hung up there now. We had pretty consistent action all day, but never got a mature buck close enough. We'll catch y'all in the morning. Good when we first got
deers in, man. I thought he might have for a second. What is it? That's it. He's looking. He's good. Yeah. No. Yes.
All right.
Why did that scare him? That was a giant. That was a big buck. That's a big buck. That's the same one we just saw over here. I didn't think I marked him that loud. You did. Holy smokes, that's a big deer. I can't believe that. 20 yards.
Well, we were this close. We saw the deer again, we think, exit the field. He stepped up out of his bed. And good thing is he came back off of the field on our side. And so maybe in the morning he'll kind of come back that way. Who knows? But saw another pretty good buck. So we're definitely in the right spot. I'm glad we put in an all-day sit because it was worth it with that 12 o'clock encounter. But I'm a little bit sick. I played it over in my mind about 100 times, and I don't know what we could have done different, but it's the rut, you never know. So we're gonna stay after it in South Dakota.
Road Trips is presented by Realtree, Chevrolet, CBE, Insights, Monster Meal, Easton, and Primal Tree Stands. Back in our spot this morning. We're kind of going all in on this spot. After that encounter yesterday, it gave us a lot of confidence in this spot. Like I was saying earlier, most of the deer are to the west of us. Kind of what we've seen is, I think, right at dark and right at daylight's a little bit slow. I think the deer still out feeding, just kind of working their way back into this area. So it's still really, really cold. It's 15 degrees this morning. We're just going to set it out in another all-dayer. Hopefully we won't be in here all day. Hopefully we'll get it done. But you just don't know how many more opportunities you're going to get on a big buck like we did yesterday.
day 4. We skipped out on the hunt this morning because it was real feels like -1 and 35 mile an hour winds. It'd have been pretty tough out there. And even once we got into the field today, our blind is completely gone. Don't even know where it's at. So I'm sure it's on somebody's property a couple miles away, but we tried to stake it down as best we could last night when we left. But come out here and try it. The power's out in the lodge anyway, so don't have any service, don't have any Wi-Fi, so we'll kill some time out here and see if we can possibly even get lucky and get a shot on a buck. This is by far the best movement in a morning that we've seen so far. The best movement we've seen, period. And the wind's finally laid down. It's still blowing pretty good, but it laid down a little bit compared to yesterday. This is the coldest morning we've had. We're sitting here, we look out, and I see a big heavy buck out in the field. And he actually bred the doe several times. The crazy thing about it is we realized that this is the same deer that another hunter, Mr. Tom, actually shot this deer about 3 days ago on the first day of his hunt, quite a ways from here. And he shot him right in the shoulder, and you could actually see when he turned broadside right here, you could see his wound. And he's limping really bad, but other than that, he must be feeling pretty good because he bred that doe several times. But he just pushed a doe off the edge of the field right here.
These deer are acting wild.
Rut's on. There's been some rut craziness. This is by far the most rut activity I've seen. Multiple times we've seen 4 or 5 bucks on one doe just chasing like crazy. Back to the east right here, and really good buck came right up to us within bow range, and we needed that to be a mature buck, but that's the one buck that Cody said he didn't want shot. Probably a 3-year-old, just an awesome buck.
Road Trips is brought to you by Baku, Spartan, Redneck, Franke, Bushnell, Scott, Sever, and Hoist.
Alright, that's it for this road trip. Hunting up here with our buddy Cody, Rock and Eat Outfitters. We gave it all we had, but we just weren't able to seal the deal. I was really optimistic about today. It was rut madness. More rut activity by far than I've ever seen. But kind of makes the encounter of the first morning a little bit more Stings a little more. We were so close. I was drawn back. The deer was like 22, 23 yards, but he just didn't like the situation, so it stings, but we'll be back. So catch y'all later.